Hi, good morning. Well, it's Tuesday and it's July, but I'm really not sure what date it is. Could be the 12th, could be the 11th, could be the 10th. Don't know. Anyway, I finished off the larger pink V-neck sweater. Just in case, whoops, people think it's a little bit low, I've also crocheted a little modesty piece that can be stitched in if anybody so desires. You know, if you're not one for showing your, what do you call it, your decolletage or decollet, yeah, something like that, anyway, your boob. So I've given people the option of having a little insert. It's a good idea that actually, if you make something, it's a bit lo and behold, you know, to make yourself a little insert. It also works if you've got a bought sweater. I used to do it a lot, you know, buy some lace or buy something or crochet a piece, you know, just so that I didn't have to wear the t-shirt or a vest under it if I didn't want to. Because this is quite, well, not that see-through, as you can see. You can't see a lot of the black shining through. So you may not want to wear a vest underneath it. It's got a short sleeve, and I do have the pattern for that, you'd be glad to know. It's not one that I made up myself, as I have a habit of doing and annoying everybody. It's a Kinko pattern, 3542. You've seen me do it before, but the last time I did it with a round neck and I didn't put the sleeves in. I mean, it's very easy to adapt patterns. You can make this easily into a V-neck without the sleeves, you know, because it's just a straight up version. There's no shaping, I don't think. No, there's no shaping. So the armhole just goes up. It looks a bit baggy at the bottom on this, but remember this lady is only a size 16. So this pattern also has the draped cardigan, which I thought we've already discussed before. Well, I started another of the, you know, the top that everybody liked, throwing the crochet hook around. You know, one of the cardigans. I started it again. Yeah. Oh, the yarn, for, by the way, for the pink one, as I keep getting asked for it, it's called James C. Brett's Maginit, and it's a baby yarn. It's 90% acrylic and 10% nylon, and that's what it looks like, yeah? Very nice to work with, a very easy care, very easy wash. I know a lot of people don't like acrylic, but I do, because A, I'm allergic to wools of any description. Doesn't matter how expensive they are. Can be the purest of cashmere and I'll itch. So I tend to use a lot of either cotton or a man-made fibre. There's nothing wrong with a man-made fibre if you choose a good brand. Nothing wrong with it at all. I'm not one of these purists who says you have to work wool all the time. So that's how it is so far. As you can see, it's basic. It's just, well, if you're in America, it's one double crochet, one chain, but for me that's one treble, one chain. Then you add the little bits on the side for the arms. And this one is crocheted in some yarn I've had in my stash for a while, so you'll be glad I'm actually using something up out of the stash. And it's called Baby Paint Box, and I can't remember where I got it from because it's been there so long it's possibly gathering dust. It doesn't say who it's made by either. Now it does say hand wash only, but that is how long's a piece of string. But it doesn't actually say. Oh yes, it does, 100% acrylic, so I don't know why it's hand wash only. So probably they're just plain safe. Yeah, anyway, that one also is a pattern, which I've used before, as you know, from the making myself a red one. This one actually is coming up a wee bit smaller. The yarn is called Opium, that it's supposed to be done in, and it's actually got a bit of a lump or a slub or whatever in it. And I used the Red Heart yarn because I had it in and was given to me, and so I'd made myself it in this and it fitted me. Now I'm doing the absolute largest size and adding a bit on in the double knitting, but as you know, English double knit is can be quite fine. So it's coming out a little bit to the small side, even though the pattern goes up to 46, and I've actually added stitches on to make it bigger. But anyway, it's Kinko pattern 4496. Again, it's another recent pattern, so you should be able to get it. Yeah. Another pattern I've bought is a weird one for me. I have never ever seen it before. So I doubt you'd be able to get hold of this, but I got it from eBay. I looked at it, I thought, oh, I've not seen that one before, I have to have it. But if you're not a crocheter who deals with diagrams, Sue is going to absolutely love this because it's Japanese. It's written in English, but it's Japanese. And it doesn't say when it was printed, it doesn't say when it was made. All it said it was $12.95 when it was new. So, but I'm going to have to sort it out. I'll have to have the help of Sue, because she's the queen of charts. But that one, I absolutely love that one. The only problem with this one is it only gives you in one size. You know, so you either have to make it that size or not make it at all. But I'll have to adjust, because luckily I'm quite good at adapting. But that one I think is gorgeous. Like an Aran design. I mean, I really do like these patterns. I know they're for winter, not for now, but I really do like them. That one, unfortunately, they're so dark you can't see really what they are. I think they're just basically squares, you know, that you wear over something for the winter. Now, I like that one, but I'm not too keen on the hump sleeve. Yeah. That one I absolutely love. It's like an open work sweater with buttons on the shoulder. As I say, I don't know whether on earth you'd be able to find this one. You can tell the age of it really by the hump sleeves. I mean, they're so old, they've come back in again, haven't they? So I just thought I'd show it to you anyway. It'll probably irritate you. I had a mystery the other day. A lady said to me, I love your video, but I'm unsubscribing. And I thought, okay. I'm not actually a numbers freak anyway. I never started this channel to have X number of viewers. I'm just grateful for the few viewers that I have and the ones who stay with me. And if there's any new ones, welcome. But I don't say I don't care how many people I have. That's wrong, isn't it? I started this video just for me, to keep a log of everything that I was making and a bit of a daily chit chat so I could look back and see what I was doing that particular day. And if other people like watching it, then I'm just happy. People want to subscribe, then sorry they're leaving me, but you know, it's their choice, isn't it? That's another few sweaters. Oh, if you can hear any huffing and puffing, by the way, it's the dog Sky. Gigi's asleep in his cage, so I'm leaving him there for the moment because he just wants to climb on my knee and it makes it a little awkward when I'm it's all white ones. I can't really show things. I've been nursing him all morning because I felt so guilty about leaving him yesterday, but I'll get into that in a bit. I decided to do the crochet bit first, and then if you're not interested in the rest of it, you can turn off when it gets past the crochet bit. These have got beads on them. Again, you can tell the age of the book by the fact it's got diamond sleeves. That's done quite simply. You know, it's like embroidered on, the square bits embroidered on. A lot of these I will take the ideas from them and then just do a bit of whatever, yeah. These are very fine sort of see-through things done in fine yarn. When they're too fine and too whatever, I call them doorknob hanger-uppers because you get hung up on every doorknob you go past. That's very sweet. It's very, very fine. I do things like this for myself, but not for the shop because they take too long and you couldn't charge. And that one again. And then there's just the red one, like a plain one. That's the end. As I say, all I can tell you about this, it says it's Joey Japan Publications. And it's called Sheep Crochet Sweaters, and there's no publisher at all. It just says copyrighted. It's printed in Tokyo, even though it's written in English. But as you can see, all the patterns are, where we find one. Oh, that's what the patterns are like, they're all charted. So I'm going to need the help of Sue for this one. Hopefully she's coming this week. She couldn't make it last week, she had 1 or 2 things, yeah. Anyway, where shall I start? Well, if you want to turn off now, because the rest's all about me. So if you want to know about crochet, yeah. Oh, by the way, what I'm wearing, it's a video tutorial by a lady called Oana. It's O-A-N-A, I think. And it's a top-down, very easy cardie. It wasn't supposed to have shorter sleeves, but I made it with some yarn I got from a gift. It was Red Heart, and I only had 3 balls, I think. Or I might have had 4 balls. But anyway, it didn't make long sleeves. And I put a nice big button on it. So I like it's like a sparkly one. I got those off eBay, I think. They do them in quite a few different colours. Pardon me, that was a bit snotty, wasn't it? Sorry about that. Anyway, yesterday I finally got to see the specialist about my shoulder. Very, very nice, very chit-chatty, very lovely man. Basically though, it's knackered. Wear and tear because of my age. I've got bulging joints all down the neck bit he could see. So he's referring me back to the spinal specialist, you know, the one who won't see me because I'm overweight. But he's going to suggest that maybe I have painkilling injections on the back of my neck and lower down my spine. I wish him joy with that because when I asked, I was told I couldn't have them, but by the by. Anyway, what it is it's I've got a torn, what do you call them? Tendon. Torn tendon. But basically the shoulder, because it's been broken twice, is just... But he doesn't advise an operation because he said he's a surgeon and he does that sort of thing, but he said the success rate for mine would just be pretty poor. So I said, well, I wasn't really hoping for an operation, I just wanted to kill the pain, you know. So anyway, he's given me an injection in the back of my shoulder. And he said, use it as much as you can. I mean, I hadn't told him that I was a crocheter and I use it all the day anyway. It is a little bit better this morning, a little bit better, but it's still got the pain. But the pain is not that pain, you know, the pain is more the, yeah, I've got a pain. But I'm used to having a lot of pain, so, you know, one more bit doesn't... The reason I'd gone was because I was in really excruciating pain and it was waking me up all through the night, and I had to lift this arm up physically to get it to move at first in the morning. It just wouldn't move at all on its own. But he said it's nothing much that can be done, but he does think a lot of this problem, and like my trigger thumb and the pain I'm getting in my wrist, is coming from the nose and the back of my neck, which is like bulging joints, you know, at the back of my neck somewhere, which I'm not surprised. I've had about 3 whiplashes in my life and all sorts of problems with my neck before that. And that also causes me, you know, when I turn, it's pulling. It pulls down that side if I turn that way, but it also pulls down that side if I turn that way. As you know, I'm prone to do. Looking out the window. Perhaps I should stop looking out the window so much. Pardon me, the reason I'm sniffly is I've just put, I love the perfume, Anais, or Anais, however you pronounce it. But unfortunately it does give me, you know, like a bit of a hay fever symptom. And when I first put it on I can get a bit sniffly. But I do love the smell of it. I don't have many what I call good perfumes, but just 1 or 2 I really, really like. Well, that's about really all I've got to say to you is, the window man, well, the window man came, measured up for everything, measured up the doors, measured up the porch, measured up everything. Basically said, I hope you're prepared because it's going to be an expensive job. I'll do the best I can for you, you know, they usually say, don't they, blah, blah, blah. So I think I was going to take a good chunk out of the money I'm going to be getting, but bear in mind that was what I wanted when I set off. I set off wanting the decking and the windows doing. So So I've got money left over for anything else. It'll be, you know, a bonus, won't it? Because I really, really want a walk-in shower. So that would mean retiling the bathroom. Because obviously when you take the bath out, tiles won't match. But that is on hold at the moment. You know, I'll carry on with my step into the bath and hanging on to everything while I get in the bath. I mean, non-slip mat so I don't fall when I'm in the bath, you know. Oh, it's a great joy getting old, isn't it? Great, great joy. What they don't tell you. There's a lot of bonuses to being old. I don't want to be negative. The freedom of pressure from work and things like that are a bonus. The lack of money, of course, isn't. Unless you were a wise woman and, you know, took out this stupendous private pension, which I didn't. So if you were watching this and you're only in your 30s, please think, you know. You may be in a stable marriage, but things can turn upside down in a moment, yeah. Because that's what happened to me. The rug came out from under me when I was in my early 40s, you know. You think you've got everything planned, you think everything's sorted for your old age. You don't have to bother about having a pension for yourself, you know, it's all taken care of. Because that's what your husband tells you. Don't worry, dear, it's all taken care of, we'll be okay. And then, of course, whoops, the rug comes out from under and you're left on your own at the age of, what, 40-something? With nothing, no pension, no nothing. By that time it was a little bit late because I was struggling financially. Anyway, that's enough of my problems, but if you're young, take care of your old age, it doesn't take care of you, yeah? It would be nice to have that extra. Talking about extra, I'm very, very glad to say I've had another couple of sales on my Etsy. Thank you everybody. I mean, I don't make any money out of it really because I don't charge much for doing anything. But it just helps me to stop stockpiling things I've made because I can only make so many things for myself, can't I, you know. And it does help to pay a little bit of extras for me. In fact, it buys like more yarn. So, I know I sound as though I'm going on about my Etsy shop, but it does help if you just please take a look and now and again just to see if there's anything you might fancy. No wool has come into the property, no yarn I should say has come into the property since about, well, I can't say November because I've had a couple of gifts since then, so nothing that I've bought has come into the property. Talking about things I've made, I'm just going to send that brown silk off to the owner. I really don't want to put my name to it. I know it sounds awful. I am sort of, not a perfectionist, but I like everything I make to be just so. And if I'm not happy with it, I'm not happy with it. Maybe it was my fault for starting it when I had shoulder problems because I had trouble with the tension. Because it was silk and it just kept sliding away from me. I altered the hook size 2 sizes lower and it still isn't quite right and everything looked okay until I decided I would rinse it through, and I only rinsed it through, wrapped it in a towel and laid it flat and it looks as though it's spread again. So I'm just going to send it back to the lady and say I'm sorry, I've done my best. If you don't like it, then just get somebody else to unravel it and crochet it again, because that's me. I'd rather do that than charge money for it and have her upset with me, upset with everything, because it's not right. Because I know it's not right. I know it's not my best job. And I wouldn't like to sign my name to it, yeah. So that'll be going as soon as it's dried. I won't show it you too because it's out in the garden. Drying on it's been wet through. I've had it rolled in towels, I've had it everything, but it does say don't tumble dry because it's silk, pure silk. So I've got it on a blocking board. It's been there about 3 days now and it still feels as wet as the day I put it out there. So I really don't know quite what to do. Can't hang it on the line, of course, because it'd just go even longer. Can't put it on the mannequin because again it would drop longer. I've never crocheted with pure silk and I will never do it again. When you think it costs £14.99 a ball. Maybe it would be alright if I crocheted tight. Maybe it would be alright if I knitted tight. But I've read a lot of things online and it says if your tension's not absolutely as tight as can be, it just won't, you know. So sorry, Berger de France, I'm not impressed with your silk. But My tension's fine with other things, with cotton and with, you know, acrylic. My tension's fine, absolutely spot on with that. It's just I cannot hold anything slidey, you know. It's probably because of my thumbs and my, you know, because my thumb's been trigger, you know, since all this happened. It's not doing it now, but it goes when I'm doing anything. Oh, life is joyful, isn't it? Yes. Anyway, it's another dull day, considering it's like almost the middle of July. We've had about a week of nice weather so far. I think that must have been our summer. I know a lot of you, wherever you live, are saying, oh, it's too hot, it's too this, it's too that. I'd love to be able to say that. I'd love to be able to say it's warm. I should be in a summer top, not a cardigan. I've got the back door open for the dogs to run in and out, so it's not exactly warm in here, you know. If I'm quite honest, I'd shut the door, but I like the dogs to have the freedom of coming and going as they please. Although all three of them are asleep at the minute. Yeah. Sky was quite happy today because I was eating a sausage muffin or whatever you call them. Bam cake, whatever. And as I squashed it like that, a piece of sausage shot out the side. She was on it like a rat up a drain. And Gigi was like, where's my bit? Where's my bit? Why can't I have a bit? Because Gigi's been on a diet, so we're sort of a bit careful what we're giving him. I know it sounds daft, a little teeny weeny chihuahua, but while his leg's healing, he needs to be as light as possible. And his leg is doing very, very well indeed. So well indeed that he thinks he's Usain Bolt and he wants to dash all around the lounge. But of course, it's not good for him. I'll let him have a little run around and then I'll make him rest. Because he'd run around all day and I don't want to be responsible for undoing all the good that the vet's done with his little leg. So I let him have a little spread his legs, but then that's it. Yeah. But also, you see, when he starts running around the lounge, the two other big dogs think he's a rabbit or something and want to chase him around. So that makes him go even more giddy and he starts thinking, oh, hey, and he's round, and I can't catch him. So that's another reason why I don't let him run around. He's like that and they're like that, you know. I mean, they're only playing with him, they don't mean him any harm, but their idea of playing is a little bit more roughhouse than what Gigi's used to. So I have to guard him. I have to spoil his fun and stick him in his cage or nurse him. He'll get a lot of nursing today actually because I feel guilty because he was in his cage a lot yesterday because I was out. An hour and 45 minutes late the surgeon was running. And it actually turned out to be 2 hours late. So I didn't come home till 6 o'clock in the evening. And I'd left here at 1:15 because I had to get a taxi to go down there. Fortunately, my son came home about 4 o'clock, so he was able to let the dogs out and things like that. So otherwise, all three of them would have been a bit cross-legged. Anyway, I've just been watching, what's she called? Rose. CD Aki, she called Rosita from Philippines. She's been making some lovely little bags out of, the African flower. The same one that Zoe, 24 Karat Crochet, has been making her Tyrannosaurus or whatever he is, Triceps or something. Whatever, anyway, one of them. She's been making those out of it. Hopefully she'll be back soon. She's been enjoying herself in the USA. She doesn't seem to be gone long enough. She's been enjoying herself though. She's been in a few yarn shops and things like that. So no doubt we'll have an update when she gets back home. So apart from that, and I've been watching a few videos, but I'm still way behind. So if there's been no comments from me on your videos, I'm terribly sorry, but I will get around to you eventually. Anyway, I'm going to go now because I'm boring. I'm boring myself. So I'm boring you, surely I am. Sue hopefully is coming one day this week, but I really don't know when. Because I'm out on Thursday. Got to do some legal papers to do with this loan thing I'm doing. So she might come. I don't know. I don't think she's coming today because she would be here by now. she'll come whenever she comes, and we will make a video. So bye for now.